I can't think of one person that I know that hasn't been affected by breast cancer in one way or another, whether it be a direct relative of theirs, a friend of theirs, but it really is a shocker. And I think that's something that during the month of October, and I know it's a focus of the Breast Awareness Month, but it's something that kind of gets lost in all the pink. Is that this is a real issue that affects pretty much every family out there.
I was late for my yearly exam because we were out of town, and when I realized I missed it, I thought, well, I'll just wait and get it next year at my regular time during the year. And of course that didn't go too well with her. And then I discovered that my sister-in-law that also lived here, and we were very close, had been diagnosed with breast cancer, and she lost her entire breast. So I thought maybe I should go ahead and get mine. So even though it had been a little over a year, it was a lot better than waiting for the next year's appointment. If I had, I might not be here because I had an aggressive type. And Melissa did the mammogram, and she saw a tiny little spot.
Yes.
And she called
I called the radiologist because we were at a satellite office. So I called the radiologist at the hospital and told her that I saw something, and asked her for permission to do some workup. And she said, please do. And when she got the images, she called me and told me definitely we need to send this for a biopsy. She went in for her biopsy, and they called me the results. I went to her home. She wasn't there, so I sat on the steps until she got there. And
she was much more upset than I was. And thank God that she knows what she's doing here. And that she caught it, really, because it was very small.
And she has that dense tissue that we spoke of. So it's very hard to see through that kind of tissue. And it's very important that we compress that kind of tissue significantly so that it spreads out and you're able to differentiate, one thing from another.
Determine, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I tell her to send their daughter to mammography school. No, I would tell them to go every year from the age of about 40 and not to miss any years. They go every year because the aggressive type, in a year and a half, they could lose their whole breast, they could lose their life. And it's only like a 15-minute thing.
When we start talking about mammograms and things like that, it's one of those deals where if you've got the equipment and you've got the staff and you've got the radiologist, why don't you just do them? It just doesn't make any sense not to hold up such a simple care, such a simple procedure for money. It seems foolish. I mean, of course, we try and recoup some of it, but it's a loss. The program works that a patient comes to us, and if they're having a mammogram done in the last week of October, if they so choose to, we are going to donate to the school of their choice, whether it be Anna Maria or Stewart. We're going to donate all the cost of that mammogram to the school. The average reimbursement of a mammogram is about $141, insurance reimbursement, and we're going to just write a check to the school for that amount of money for each mammogram that's done.